welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm going through all of my books and reorganizing them. So I thought while I was doing this, why not to give you a beginning of summer / possibly even June TBR list. I'm generally not a TBR person. I'm such a mood reader, so I can never plan out the next book I'm gonna read, especially not for an entire month, but these are just books that I for sure know I'm gonna want to read toward the beginning of summer or just hopefully in June in general, that have been sitting on my shelf a while or that I just know I'm really excited to get to because I'm anticipating reading them. Some of these books I might not read for a little while, but I still am intending to get around to them hopefully sooner than later. So yeah, let's just jump into the video. I'm gonna continue going through my closet throughout this and I'll just show you some of the books as I'm going along, reorganizing everything. First book, this is a recent pickup. This is The Unhoneymooners. I've heard a lot of people talk about this. This book was on sale at my local Barnes & Noble, so I had to pick it up. I know this book is like literally everyone at this wedding gets sick besides the best man and then the bride of honor. Is that what they're called? Bride of honor. Bridesmaid. This is going to probably be my first read, if not one of my first reads of June. This is We'll Always Have Summer. This is the third book in the Summer I Turned Pretty series. I am obsessed with this series. Talked about it in my May wrap up, so you should definitely check that out. I need to read this like right now. Super obsessed with the series and I need to find out like who she picks and what ends up happening, and I'm so excited. I actually bought a few books, so I guess I can just show them. I got Confess. One of my best friends is reading this. She said she really likes it so far, so I had to pick it up. All I know it's about like an artist and like the guy interest has like a huge confession that you are trying to figure out throughout the book. That's all I know about it. I'm excited to read that. I love Coho. I also want to read The Fine Print. I've heard so much about this. I've heard so much about Lauren Asher. This book's kind of long, but I love the Disneyland type vibe. Basically, this guy's like a huge grump and he owns this theme park and has to redesign it to be like in an inheritance thing, I think. This little sunshine girl like helps him out, and I think we all know what starts to happen from there, so I'm excited to see how that plays out. I've heard nothing but great things about that book. I also want to read The Spanish Love of Deception. I just bought this book. Everyone talks about Aaron Blackford. Oh my god, I've seen merchandise made of this man. People say he's the perfect book boyfriend. Honestly, I've been putting off reading this because I don't like the cover. I love this peach color for like book covers, but I hate the cover. I don't know why. Usually I like cute cartoony couple. I think this is an ugly cover. I'm sorry to say it. Well, it's also kind of longer. Like I usually like really like quick, like 350 pages in a book, but that one's like 450, so I think that's also why I've been putting it off. I have the Losing Hope book here with me, but I want to read the Hopeless series. I have yet to read it. I have this one and Hopeless. Is there a third book in the series? I want to say it's Finding Cinderella, but that might be a part of this. Is that a part of maybe someday or this series? Anyway, either way, I want to read this series pretty soon. I don't know if it'll be the beginning of summer, but I own both and I just want to read them. This book has been on my shelf for some of the longest time of all of my books. This is like the one book I have yet to read that I've had for probably at least 2+ months. I just haven't been in the mood and haven't gotten around to reading it. This is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Love Taylor, really excited to check this out. My friend really liked this book, and I also have Malibu Rising, but people say you should read this book first. They don't go like they're not a series. You just learn about a character in this book. That's kind of important in this book because he's one of the main characters, I think, or he's involved at least. Oh, I bought both of these. I bought both Emily Henry's other books. I just read Book Lovers and I enjoyed it, so this one interests me the most. I'm really excited about this actually. I need to read this ASAP. And then People We Meet on Vacation, both. I don't know anything about this book. I know two authors swap genres. He writes romance then and she'll write sci-fi, and they like do things according to their genre to try and get in the mood for it, but they do it together and it's cute and I'm really excited about it. One True Loves. This is a summary book I want to read. I bought this book not that long ago, a couple weeks ago, and I've heard really good things about it, and Haley Pham just talked about how she really liked this book and I trust her with like all of my heart. It's basically about like this girl who her husband goes off to do some like serve or something like that, and the helicopter goes down and they never find him. She's grieving for multiple years and she finally rekindles a relationship from high school and gets engaged to the guy, and then she finds out her husband's actually alive, so she needs to like pick if she wants to stick with her husband or the guy she just got engaged to, and it sounds so good. Here's the Hopeless book. I plan to read that soon because I need to read. I have maybe someday the first book in the series, Regretting You, and that's it for this. I've read all 4 of these Coho books. These are probably her most popular books, or some of the most popular ones, so talk about them. But I'm excited to read both of these. I don't have any of the other books, and maybe someday. I kind of just want to play it by ear and see how I like it. I also bought this huge bundle of all 4 of the first Maze Runners. I love the Maze Runner series, but people say after you read 4 or 5 of the books, they get tiring, and it's pretty much a money grab, so I got the first 4. And I'd really like to read at least the first 3, because I love the movies. But those will probably sit for a while. I think it'll probably be like a Hunger Games type situation where I'll just read it if I have nothing else that I'm interested in reading at the moment. So, next pile of book, read the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. I've read the entire series, and I will definitely be annually rereading it because it is so good. It is some of my favorite books of all time. It Ends With Us, and this is my favorite series, so I want to read Things We Never Got Over. I've had this book for so long. I just have not gotten around to reading it. It's literally a brick. I have big book fear. It's bad. I'm excited to read it, and I want to see what the hype's about, but at the same time, I'm like, I feel like I know enough about it where I don't want to read it, but I'm gonna read it. I think it's kind of summary too. Oh, I have Layla. I want to read this really bad. It's kind of like a supernatural romance, which I've never heard of that. I think she lives in a haunted house or something, but there's a romance in it too. I think it's just kind of an eerier book. I feel like this is like the small beginning to where Verity came in, which I've already read this, but I'm excited to read it. I've heard good things about it. I mean, it's Colo. Read this. I've read it, but totally read The Love Hypothesis. So good. I hope people aren't getting confused. Look how many books I already have, and I'm not even done. I also have the 2nd and 3rd Twilight book. Will I ever read them? I don't know. These are literally like bigger than my Bible, but I'll eventually get around to them. They're like 800 pages. This would definitely be books that I would read while reading other books. Like this, I could never read these in like a few days. Like I think it'd take me like weeks to months to read these. This is my final little stash of books. I've read this book. It's okay. I need to reread this book. This is the first book I've ever DNF'd and I've not finished. It's basically based at like a summer camp. It's like a murder mystery book. I DNF'd it 30 pages in. I thought it was really cheesy and stupid and maybe I wasn't in the mood to read it. I will reread it for sure. I want to read it this summer actually because it's kind of summery, I guess. The Paris Apartment, I've yet to read this as well. I've heard interesting things about it and mixed opinions, but it sounded kind of cool to me and I love a good thriller. Like, I feel like not that many people are into thrillers, but more people should be. Outside of The Last Thing He Told Me, I've heard mixed things about this book as well, but it was on sale, so I bought it. But excited to check this book out as well. This book, Thicky again. Really want to read this book. Like, I have so many books to read, it's bad. Like, I literally don't need to, like, buy books for, like, 3 months, I swear. I have at least 20 books to read. I'm excited about this book. I heard Penelope Douglas is a really good author, as well as the fact that that book's insane, and I love when books are just insane. It's so entertaining. Then, the last book, I have Lock Your Doors. Lock the Doors by Vincent Ralph. I've yet to read this book. Last month I didn't have a good thriller. Like, I wasn't getting into thrillers last month. I was very in the mood for romance, and I'm a mood reader, so I just didn't read any thrillers. Like, I won't force myself to read anything, but I definitely want to read this as well. So, that is my thriller section. I've literally taken all my books out of my closet. So, here is, like, the whole collection of my book. Oh, we have The Unhoneymooners. That's sitting here, too. So, here's the whole book collection I currently have, which I feel like I don't know if it looks like a lot or not much. I can't really tell. I'm going to start to reorganize them, and this is what's going to stress me the most because I get anxiety if something's not perfectly how I want it, and I've reorganized my book collection like 3 times in the past week, and I'm not happy. So I really want to like actually make a like solid thriller murder mystery section and then have space for all of my series and all my specific authors. So I'm going to start doing that. I reorganized all my books. So far, this is the most I've liked it since the last time I've reorganized my books and actually kept it. So we'll see if it stays. We'll see if I get tired of it or bored of it. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm trying to have it be really efficient. Like I tried to, since I have to have 2 rows, I tried to put most of the books on the bottom, books I've already read or series, so that they're kind of a little bit out of the way. So everything on top pretty much can be read, so nothing like really falls apart. So let me give you a tour. Ignore my closet, it's a mess, but the books at least are kind of in order. So at this end, I have my adult thriller murder mystery type books. So these ones are all unread, and then over here I have just a mix of books that I've already read, and up to here is just individual thriller murder mystery books, and all of these are young adult. And then this is my Truly Devious series. This is also young adult and murder mystery. And then I have all of my Karen McManus books and my Good Girls Guide to Murder series as well over there. So this is my whole thriller murder mystery type of section. Coming over here, I have my Hunger Games series. I tried to put that on the bottom, which is kind of a weird in between my murder mystery and then to my Colleen thrillers, but I mean, there wasn't really a better place to put it, I guess. And then here over is my entire Colleen section. So I have not read Layla, but I wanted to keep it by Verity because they're kind of like her thriller-esque, supernatural, spookier books. And then all to over here, I have read these books, and then From Maybe Someday to Losing Hope, I have yet to read any of those, so I wanted to keep those at least at the front if they were going to be on the bottom. From here to here is my Daisy, or not my Daisy Jones. From here to here, this is my Taylor Jenkins Read section. I've only read Daisy Jones of these 3 books. I plan to get around to them, and then I've read these 2 books, but they're just standalone, so I don't really know where else to put them. And then up here I have my Emily Henry books, so I intend to read those pretty soon. And then I have my Summer I Turned Pretty section because it's easy to navigate, and I still have to read that book, and that's probably going to be the first book I read. And then over here is also, well, not more standalones, because I guess Lauren Asher's Fine Print is a sequel, but most of these are standalones or just books I have not read yet, so they're just easy to grab. And then I have my Maze Runner series, and then my Twilight. So I have some more space up top and at the end for more thrillers, and I can also like stack up. I'm not specific on the authors. Since I had some books from the same authors, I decided to try and keep those together, but I'm pretty happy with how this is. I feel like it's pretty efficient to my reading vibe. So anyway, I've been needing to do this for a while, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and I am pretty happy with my setup at the moment. I also have these book holders on my desk, so if I'm reading a book, sometimes I'll just put it in there to keep it safe, or if I know exactly what book or next few books I'm going to read are, I'll put them in there just so they're already out. So right now I have nothing in it, but I'm probably going to do that today as well. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this wasn't too chaotic and you kind of understood what I was showing, but I tried to like tell you what I've already read and then what I plan to read. So thanks for reorganizing with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys all next time. I love you very much. Definitely subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. I love you. Bye.